how's it going, JDM crew? John here from JDM EXPO, just cruising along. Hopefully it's not too noisy. I am blasting the AC. As you can tell from the interior, we are in a Lancer Evolution. This one's a 3. I do have coilover suspension on here. I was expecting those bumps to be a little bit worse, but we do have slightly thicker tires. We've got OZ Racing rims, so we got everything rally. I got a Momo steering wheel, and I'm being hugged by Recaro seats here. You guys are in the other one. We've got 124,000 kilometers, almost 124,500 here. So, what is that, like 60,000 miles, I think, or something like that? Yeah, pretty fresh, honestly. Like, I would expect these to be a lot higher mileage, so this is pretty nice. We do have some rally art components. I think it's the shift knob, but don't quote me on that. I forget what components they had that were rally art and which ones were what. But we do have the little seal here that says it for the shift pattern. I do have, see, I think there's a ETC reader in here too for you guys in Japan. But I do have a turbo timer. Got the Mitsubishi Navi system, as you guys can see here. Really old LCD kit there. But nice Navi and entertainment. Nothing crazy in the way of horsepower. We're looking at, what, the 260s or something like that, stock. So we do have I believe the exhaust is from the factory, so it's technically OEM, but it's one of the higher performance premium parts. I didn't see any logos on it when I was looking around earlier. And as you can see there, it spools up really nicely. Even in 4th gear, just ease into it. Very smooth power delivery with this turbo, but it is mostly stock everything. I mean, I just got a little bit more airflow from the high performance air filter. We do have the vent there, allowing a lot more air to get sucked in that way instead of getting any of the hot air from like the front. So it's all good. Functional vented hood. So as you guys would expect from an EVO. Yeah, overall this thing is very smooth. We do have, I believe, front and rear strut bars. Just a little bit more on the chassis and the suspension, which is great. I mean, it's a really good handling car from the factory. So with the coilovers, that definitely helps. But the interior, as you guys might be wondering, it's in really good shape. Smells fine. I don't think anyone was smoking in this before. Dash is in pretty good condition, except there are a couple of holes drilled. They probably mounted some gauges and stuff in the past, but when we got it, those were all taken out. But yeah, the seats in the back, everything, carpets. A little bit of wear on the driver's side, as you would expect, but everything else is in really, like, very nice and clean. Yeah, the one thing that I definitely noted is on the interior, definitely smelled fine. The seals seem to be pretty good still on the windows. I didn't see any signs of water getting in. When I show you the spare tire later in the back, then you'll see that also. Like, it was looking pretty fresh there, so that's a good sign, because obviously sometimes the seals will dry out, especially when you're getting to these 25-plus-year-old cars. Those things need refreshed like every couple of decades. So nice breeze today. So definitely, while I'm driving on the highway, I didn't really feel any issue with that, with the breeze, getting that cross flow there. Yeah, the transmission has been really good to me. I don't know if they've changed out the clutch. Definitely feels OEM. So if they had replaced it, you can check with the sales team on those details. But overall, yeah, very smooth driving experience on this. It's just, EVOs are a lot of fun. I'd get into trouble if I owned one, so I don't. So definitely, this is a really enjoyable. Definitely, I like that. Definitely, when that, there it is, yep. Just easing onto the throttle, and you get the boost kicking in. It's very gently. It's very linear. You don't get that snap in your neck when you're accelerating. You definitely feel the power on the high end, but it spools up very nicely, very linear. I think I've mentioned it in some of the EVO 1 and 2 videos that you guys have seen in the past, but overall, yeah, the EVO 3 carries it on with a couple more reliability increases in the engine, especially with what they learned at WRC. So definitely can't wait to show you guys the 4 and 5s We've had a couple of 5s, but that's just getting way ahead of us. But yeah, the 3 overall, really nice. I've seen some pretty wildly tuned ones over the years. So, and we've had a couple come through here also with plenty of mods, 2s and 3s especially. But like this one is mostly original, just a couple of nice additions. So this is definitely pretty nice. Well, definitely going to give you guys a walk around. You'll like the exterior here. They definitely, I think they might have freshened up some parts, but like overall, like most of the paint is original. I think if anything, they might have at least redone the bumper, because I would expect a lot more chips at this age, or maybe they just took good care of it. But yeah, let's I'll give you guys the walk around at the warehouse. All right, so starting off with the interior here, you can see we got some Recaro seats. I'm sitting in the other one. You can see the carpets are original. A little bit of wear on the driver's side as expected. Got this Mitsubishi Navi and entertainment system there. Turbo timer also right there. And I believe this is stock for the shift knob and handbrake. So the dash is in good condition overall. There are a couple holes that were drilled for, it looks like the former owner had some gauges up there. You can definitely put your own gauges on here or patch those up. Got 120,000 kilometers right there. See 124. Gonna be a little bit over 500 when I head back. But yeah, AC is awesome. It's definitely blowing cool. Didn't want to test the heater. It's a little too hot for that. But pretty sure it works. Got the Momo steering wheel here. And of course the door panels are in pretty good shape all around. I'll show you guys the back here in a second. Oh, by the way, got that little rally art thing there. So definitely all EVOs have a number of really nice components like that. Rally art, Recaro, Momo. So a little bit of wear from getting in and out there, but it's to be expected. And I'll show you guys the back here. It just needs a little WD-40 on there, but had no trouble opening up the door there. So yeah, no sagging as I showed earlier, and upholstery's in really great shape here. And I believe this is the OEM aftermarket, but it's like OEM, you know, slightly premium added on there. So it's not completely aftermarket, but yeah, good stuff. Let's show you guys the engine bay here. So overall, there's not really much craziness in the way of mods here. There's you can see we got coilovers all around. Got OZ racing wheels, which are OEM. I mean, so just a little bit of a premium edition after at the factory. And here we go. Got that good old engine bay here, looking fresh. As you can see, the tops of the coilovers with the strut bar, keeping everything rigid. Get some of those numbers for you guys, curious to know more about this car. So it is a genuine EVO. And as you can see here, a little bit better on the exhaust, a little bit more smoother flow to the turbos. It's a very smooth boost. Yeah, horsepower is not too crazy, but it is in the upper 200s. Really balances well with this, and also because of the larger tires, it's a little bit more comfortable while driving around. You know, you don't have those low profile tires to give you a rough ride. So yeah, I know there's nothing crazy in the way of mods here except for that air filter there, and I This exhaust manifold for the turbo, I'm not exactly sure if that was an aftermarket edition or OEM, because usually I'll see some shielding. But it's definitely pretty smooth on the response. As you can see here, the intake, while shielded from the rain, it definitely has a pretty direct input to the intake, so easily spools up that turbo, and you can hear it a little better that way too. Alrighty, so I just popped the trunk here. We'll take a quick look at all this ample space here for all of your storage needs. We also have the rear strut bar, so definitely the response is better. And let's take a quick look under here. And you can see the there we go. So it looks like the seals are pretty good because there's no signs of water getting in here, so very nice. And that's that spare if you need it. But yeah, they just cut the little lining on the side there, and boom, nice and clean. There we go. Well, there you have it, folks. Another beautiful EVO 3. Just really something else here, and really great shape and beautiful interior and exterior. So really something I would recommend. And well, it's going to be a little while until the EVO 4s are going to be legal in the States, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. And so if you guys have any questions about this or any other EVOs or any other vehicles in particular, contact our sales team, info@jdm-expo.com. And you can also drop a message on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also hit up WhatsApp and a few other messengers we do have listed on our website. And all that will go to our sales team, so you'll be able to get in touch with them. They'll be able to get back to you within about 24 hours. And yeah, actually we got a nice breeze today, so definitely looking forward to jumping back in the AC and heading back to the yard. And well, I just hope you guys enjoyed this. Definitely a really nice EVO. Pretty original for the most part. A couple of tasteful mods, you know, just I always recommend suspension just to get a better handle of that. And they got a couple of other chassis stiffening parts there. A little bit faster spooling with that intake, a little bit more horsepower. Exhaust is nice and quiet, so very mellow tone for when you're going down the highway. I think it could be a little louder, but I think this is fine for most people. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.